Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am sure we are going to have a few surprise people here in just a few seconds. But I know how things go, and I know that sometimes you just have to go live. So we are okay. Everybody is starting to get their notifications. I know I just got mine, so people will start straggling over here, and we will get this party started. But yeah, hello, North Carolina. Perfect. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, everybody, how's it going? I know I said I was not going to do a live, and boy, are we populating quickly. But yeah, so we're gonna discuss a few things, and I know there was a couple chats out there earlier today in regards to church openings and so on and so forth. And we're going to discuss a little bit about that. We're also going to discuss some other stuff. So, yeah. Oh, a suit. Yes. Guys, I went and went to church earlier today and I just haven't changed out. So, I guess that's just the way it goes. But I was a lot of people were talking about how restrictive some of their states are in regards to church attendance and so on and so forth. And I really have a few things to say about that. So I know a lot of people go to there's a variety of denominations here, and I don't want to demean or demean anybody for the churches or synagogues that they go to, because I know we do have some Jews that watch. So I want to make sure that they are included as well. But guys, when we talk about freedom of religion, we talk about the freedom to worship as we choose. We it's not really a suggestion. I know the federal government and different places they want to say the bars and the or the bars and the movie theaters and so on and so forth. They want them open full capacity. They want all this other stuff. My question to all of these elected officials who choose to keep the churches closed, if and this is point blank, if you want to keep your church or you want to keep these churches closed, based on what? What are you basing that on? Some out in Minnesota, they some churches they won't even allow you to sing. Well, how can you give glory unto God without raising an adulation? There are people that want to move to red states or red states. Sorry, I'm a little bit crazy, but I do really think that all of the pastors and the ministers and the priests and all those guys who are following along with the lockdowns and all this, and they're not taking into consideration mental health and the good that it comes with congregating with people. As you guys remember, when we had when we had Sam on the other night, we were talking about people and gathering and needing some affection of some sort or conversation of some sort with other humans. We are creatures. And that is just the way we are. So when we talk about the religious freedoms and how we have the ability still to this day, and I know we're those the government is still trying to restrict the freedom to worship. Guys, each and every single day, we have millions upon millions of people across the world who are still not able to practice freely as they deem fit. And I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of people out there who go to these churches where they're the mega churches. They're these massive churches, and there's lots of donated dollars and all that, and the preacher and everybody is paid really well in regards to the church. Guess what? Here's my message to you: the preachers who would be willing to take money. When Christ spoke about a parable in regards to the hireling, the good shepherd and the hireling, to be exact. And he said, the hireling careth not for the sheep, because the sheep are not his. And I'm paraphrasing, and I know that. But when we sit there and we talk about the hireling and we talk about who these hirelings are, these are these ministers who take a paycheck to preach the sweet words that everybody wants to hear. These are these apostles of that say that they are preaching the word of God, and they are taking massive amounts of money. Many of them live in extravagant houses. I mean, you look at Joel Osteen. The church itself was like many millions upon millions of dollars to build these churches. For what? He flies around in a private jet. He lives in a mansion, and several people within his own church, he couldn't even name them. I go to a church, and people know that, but I can talk to each one of the preachers from the church that I go to, and no, I'm not gonna give the name because I'm not gonna demean or discuss which church it is, except for maybe privately. But each one of those preachers knows me by name. They know my heart. I can sit down and go over to their house, pick up the phone, I can call them. Each and every, and to have that kind of access, and to have the door to the mercy seat must always be open, because that is where Christ is actually found, in the hearts of one another, and the hearts of each believer who actually believes, and not only Christ dying on the cross, but his resurrection. Churches that pay their preachers, who do you actually have in mind? Is it your pocketbook, or is it your parishioners or your congregants? We need to make sure that we're following people who are actually meaning well by what the Bible actually teaches, because the Bible teaches that we should not, if we're a preacher, we should not take money. We should not be paid. Was Christ himself, was he paid to do the ministry that he did? What was Paul? Was Peter? Were any of them paid? No, they left jobs. They had their own jobs. They were fishermen. Some some were fishermen, some were carpenters. They came from all walks of life. And a man's duty, and I know there's a lot of females on here, but a man's duty was to work by the sweat of his brow to earn the bread in which he sustains himself and his family on. So, guys, I'm not gonna go down and really crucify people because that's not my place. But just remember, all these states are locking the churches down. But as you can see, as you look across the world, there is a greater awakening happening. And it's not just in a macro sense in which we can detect it, but it is in the spiritual sense. People are seeking Christ. People are seeking God. They're looking for true followers of God. Are we a light unto the world, or are we only that candlestick that is hidden in the house? Do we keep our faith? Do people know us by our works, or do our works make manifest who we believe in? Guys, each one of us has that responsibility. We're all individuals of our own right, but each individual has a responsibility to reach out and help those in need if you can possibly do it. If you can't, show them where to find the help. So, guys, I know I don't like doing Sunday broadcasts because I do believe it's the Lord's day. It is a day of rest. But when all that chatter was going back and forth, I just it hit me in a way that I just kind of wanted to share my opinion, and I want people to understand that there are Christian churches out there that are focused more on the salvation of your soul versus their own pocketbook. There are preachers who are not paid, who do not go through the seminary, who do not go and actually study the Bible. Christ himself said that he thanked God and said, thank you, Father, for hiding this from the wise and the prudent and revealing it unto babes. Guys, we must be little children, each following after Christ himself. And we must each individual person remember that the wise and the prudent, those that went through the seminary school, those who those who are scholarly and focus on just learning what the Bible means, what the Bible says, because they don't allow the works of God to actually flow through them. So there are a lot of people that may not like what I have to say, and that's fine. But just remember, sometimes even the truth hits harder than anything else. So, and no, I'm not a preacher. I don't want to wear that mantle. So, but anyways, go on. Let's move on to some other topics like the election. I know it's gonna really throw some people into a tizzy, especially the fun fun one that we have roaming up ahead. Um, so what are you guys hearing about Michigan? Oh yeah, that's right. If I can get the link to that hearing that's going to happen tomorrow in Antrim County, Michigan, I will be streaming that live. So there, and I think on Friday there's supposed to be another hearing that'll be streamed live. Getting the link for that, but it will be streamed live from Maricopa County. Weird. So there's a whole bunch of stuff happening. Newsom just got accused by an I think eighth or ninth person yesterday. So yeah, I guys, we are living in some interesting times. And I believe that there's some good that is going to come out of this. Arizona has to hand count 2.1 million votes by hand. And believe it or not, somebody's calling me. So 1 second. Hey, dude, I'm live right now. Well, you know how it goes. Sometimes a moment just strikes and you just kind of go. Anything interesting on your end? Okay. Well, I'll send you a link if you want to jump on. Go for it. Okay, bye. So yeah, no, Jason. I tried getting a hold of Jason earlier, and he didn't know anything about me going live, so he was kind of he was calling me not even realizing that I was live. So I figured it'd be kind of an interesting night. Is he getting grabby with the office girls too, or did he get accused of going to French Laundry again? You know, that is the funniest name I've ever heard for a restaurant. French Laundry. I mean, do they have an English laundry too, or how about an Italian laundry? What's the difference? But yeah, no, it's I thought it was kind of funny. But Jason, I did send you that email, so if you want to jump on, you can. But yeah, so I mean, we're what's on the sheets. So yeah, no, there. So guys, we are going to be doing several live streams that are probably, and they're going to pop up randomly. So I will try my best to give you guys a heads up, but there are going to be a couple that pop in randomly throughout the week. So we will be going live with each and every single one of them. Okay, Shane, isn't today the 60th day with Trump and the checkbook? Actually, it was yesterday at 11 that ended. But there's some other stuff that I'm hearing, but I haven't vetted it completely yet. So maybe Jason knows a little bit more than I do. So we'll see what he has to say if he decides to jump on. But yeah, so I mean there's a bunch of different things going on, guys. We are kind of in a strange part. We're in kind of a strange conundrum with everything going on right now. I'm hearing rumors and yeah, we'll see what happens. That's another thing that I saw pop up this week or this weekend too, that Georgia's actually getting down to taking care of actual voter fraud and trying to justify it. So actually trying to figure out what's going on. So I haven't heard that yet. So I will look into that and let you know. Trump went to see the Queen and is in Israel. I don't know 100% if that's verified, but I'm looking into that as well. So, you know, guys, I am really, really, really poor at figuring out where I'm blonde. Oh, and look who's knocking on the door. How are we doing tonight, Jason?
How you guys doing? Nice dinner tonight. Happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. And I'm here.
Yeah. Off topic, but Google. Yes, there is a patent number. It is patent pending, so.
All right. So, didn't want to interrupt you. Wanted to touch base on a couple of things. Hi, everybody. So glad to see y'all. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Weather was awesome. Here, we had 60s. Got a lot done. Got a lot planned. All right. First things first, I did see a couple mentions of the Doomsday Plane, and the model number that was called out was EC6B. That is not the Doomsday Plane. I don't know if you've covered or not. The
Nope.
Doomsday Plane is an E4. It's just straight up E4. Whenever you see the Doomsday Plane, whenever you click on the plane itself, it will actually show you a picture of the Doomsday Plane itself, and it is a off-white, light gray color. Very, very, very similar to Air Force One with the big hump on top. EC6, whatever it was, is a helicopter. So just be careful with what you're looking for. And I'm not trying to blame anybody for anything because there's a lot to learn whenever you start doing that kind of stuff. I do know that Biden and Harris were up together, supposedly, in Air Force Two, which is not a common thing. There is a video of the both of them walking off of Air Force Two. However, the Air Force One plane, which is _, 82-8000 for the call sign was up in the air. So it's a very strange video why it comes out to be the way that it is. I'm sure everyone and their brother has seen all of the awesome memes going around with Biden tripping up the stairs. Dude, I had tears coming down my face on most of them. Have you guys seen the one where he's got the chair going up the side of the stairs now?
Oh, I just saw that.
Yeah. Oh, hilarious.
Chair Force One.
Yes, freaking hilarious. All right. The other thing I wanted to touch base on, yeah, the golf ball. That was freaking awesome. Yeah, proud you're going to get some really good weather probably the next couple of days. There was another comment I saw and wanted to touch base on. Did you cover anything I called you about Saturday night or Friday night?
Yeah, I was gonna say Saturday night we talked just a few minutes, and that was. And no, I didn't really get into that.
Okay.
Because I figured I didn't want to steal your thunder, so I allow you.
No, it's more than fine. So, guys, check it out. Huge. Friday night, I was MIA from the show, obviously. Sam did a great job. Thank you very much for stepping in. You did.
Oh, and a programming note. Sam's going to be rejoining the program. It may turn into a permanent thing. So, if people like the information that was going on in the banner back and forth, let us know, because she sounded like she had fun. So
yes, this is new confirmed news. So I had completely forgotten about a friend of mine. This friend of mine in the Navy, and this friend of mine is way up the chain in Illinois. And when I say way up the chain, I mean pretty much top of the pecking order. I approached him about no Air Force One tag. And he asked me, where did you get this from? And I told him, let me show you. And one of you had posted a picture, and I don't remember who it was. I want to say it was Kami, of Air Force One up. And he goes, that's the presidential plane. I go, yeah. He goes, I got to talk to you later. Okay. So we went about our night and everything else, and pulls me aside about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours later. He goes, I made a call. And I go, really? I go, who'd you call? He goes, I had to get your clearance checked. I go, what do you mean you had to get my clearance checked? I said, I haven't had clearance for some odd years. He goes, I know. He goes, I know who you are. He goes, I know where you've been. And he goes, I know what your clearance was. I go, okay. He goes, you can't use names. You can't do anything. But there's a reason why Air Force One hasn't been designated. And I go, duh. Can you give me a reason why? He proceeded to tell me we are, and this is fact now, under a dual presidency. So somebody asked earlier the 60 days. 60 days doesn't matter at all anymore. We are legit under a dual presidency. And
that's new.
And Biden and Trump talk about 4 times a day. So huge, huge, huge news that I haven't had a chance to even start bringing up to anybody because I had to swallow the red pill on it. I had to understand what this meant. They are legitimately working together right now. So Biden has who he is being puppeted by. Okay? Trump is the puppeteer for anything important right now. So, what does that mean, and how does that mean it? Long story short, uh, basically, Biden can sign whatever he wants, but Trump could override it if he wanted to. So, what's going to happen is, I think, and I haven't gotten this all play out in my head 100% yet. What I think is going to happen is they'll pull the 25th Amendment on Biden. Kamala's going to fight Trump on the back end behind the scenes. I really think about that time is when, which 2 to 3 months from what I'm hearing, Trump's going to be under without a leash. I think you're going to see some big changes in that 2 to 3 month period.
And guys, I knew there was information that, okay, so Jason and I did not talk before the show, and we talked briefly and not 100% about everything that he just covered. So when people were talking about me smirking, is because I knew there was some stuff that was coming up, and when Jason called, I was just like, okay, might as well let him know that I'm online and I'm live. That way, if he decides he wants to jump in and share the news, because I hadn't even had the full story until literally you guys heard it, and now I'm just hearing it in full for the first time. So
let's put this into some context. You guys are Shane has brought up, I'm assuming you've brought up the court cases.
yeah.
Okay. So let's put this into some context. When Shane and I talked, I don't know if that was this morning or yesterday or
No, we didn't. We haven't talked all day today.
No, this weekend has really been a major blur for me. So when we talked about it, you guys got to realize as this stuff goes through a court, give me a couple of minutes. I'm going to answer a lot of these questions based on some of the research that I've been doing. As this stuff works its way through the courts, okay, when you talk about Trump, all right, Trump is not someone to come in and say, bam, I'm president. End of story. Have a nice day. If you don't like it, too bad. That's not the way he is. He wants to run things by the books. His bankruptcies, his past lives, his past everything. He's always found the loophole, but he's ran it by the books. Okay? What's he doing right now? He's being quiet. He's letting things run by the books. He's found the loophole. He's found the communication. He's found this and he's found that. Okay? As these court cases work their way through the courts, you'll start to see either either the electoral college's votes be pulled or reversed. Shane and I ran 15 different scenarios from Sunday, okay, and how they would all play out. Each court case is going to take a month, 2 months, 3 months to get through the courts. Okay, it's not a quick process. The courts are not a quick process. But as they come through the courts and those electoral college votes, which this whole situation is never happened in the history of the U.S. Okay, you go and you look at it and you say, okay, Arizona, they've got 11 electoral college votes. Okay, if they decertify, what's the end result? Do they hold those electoral votes from Biden, or do they do the math and if Trump wins, add them to Trump? Either way you look at it, it's coming away from Biden, right? So as we start doing the math and doing this and doing that, when you start laying out the time frames versus things that I've heard and things that I've just been recently told, you're looking at that 2 to 3 month period. Okay. They could come in with the military and they could say, that's it. We're closing down shop. We're letting them completely refigure all this, that, and the other. But those who don't understand, those who have the information, those who have listened to mainstream media for so long, won't understand, won't comprehend, won't be able to handle that information. They just won't. So what has to happen? Arizona, they decertified the polar electoral votes. Now those who watch MSM, all right, or mainstream media, they look and they say, okay, why? What happened? And then they start to see, okay, I understand why they did what they did now. But Biden's still a winner. Okay, great. Then they go in and they do Michigan or they do Wisconsin. And same thing happens. Those who do mainstream media start to see how things are working. And it works a little bit slower for those people so they can swallow that pill. They can understand what's happening and how it's happening, why it's happening. Now you're going to have, what do they call it when they want to redo a court case?
When they're going to redo?
Not redo, but what's it called? When they want to redo a court case?
A retrial?
Not a retrial, but when the lawyer comes in and he says, I want to refight it.
Oh, it's
appeal. Thank you, Alpha. Appeal. Yes. There's going to be appeals. The funny thing that happens with appeals is they get heard. Once they get going, they get heard a lot faster. They get heard a lot faster because everything's already together. Everything's already in a nice packet. They represent everything and it's done. Okay. And once the appeal from the state goes to the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court says, okay, we're going to hear it. We're going to hear the information. We're going to make a decision. Done.
And they don't have the chance if there's discovery documents and has went through the entire discovery process. Technically, under law, they are not supposed to turn those down.
Right. Right. So, guys, listen. I'm not guaranteeing you this is a month, a 2 month, a 3 month, June 1st. But what
we may have a brand new Independence Day called on July 4th. Who knows? We aren't going to say dates because it's a process.
Right.
But if it was to happen before July 4th, it gives us a whole lot more meaning for July 4th. Would you guys?
Right.
Know?
So if you guys have watched what happened with the CCP meetings, if you've watched what happened with Biden and Putin, okay? Putin, and this is my opinion, Putin and Trump are working together, okay? Putin knows what's going on better than a lot of the people here in the US do, okay? But when Putin goes and gets lippy with Biden, it's all a show. He knows Biden isn't going to go live and debate him. Okay. That's not ever going to happen.
And another thing, one thing that I have done in the past is I've been able to listen to other foreign languages like Mandarin, and one of my past hats that I used to wear. I could listen to Mandarin and translate it. Well, it's kind of funny when all these what do you call them, diplomats were all meeting together over in Anchorage, Alaska. They were basically calling them out for being weak puppets,
Right.
and they said they won't even deal with them if it's not Trump's diplomats. They won't even talk to them.
Right.
They said you guys don't have the brass to actually do it, so we won't. And guys, the one thing to know about the Chinese culture is if you guys, anybody that knows anything about the Chinese culture, they respect authority and they respect strength and proving or having proven strength.
Correct.
Trump did that. Biden has not.
Well, and that's the reason why they made the comment. You have no place to talk to us coming from a place of strength right now. And I think that's almost quote unquote what they said.
Yeah, that's what they did say.
And I'm telling you, CCP has no respect for Biden whatsoever.
No. And anybody who thinks that Iran does, nah. Anybody who thinks that the king of Riyadh or the king of Saudi Arabia does, nah. The queen don't have. So the second Biden stepped foot on the global scale, he talked pretty big stuff, but now he has zero people who are willing to even talk to him.
Right. Right.
So
a lot of stuff came up this weekend. A lot of information came out this weekend, and a lot of things started to come to fruition as to why things are happening the way that they are. It's strange how just one conversation can start putting two and two together. So yeah, there's a lot going on, guys. And
something else that was just put out, Trump accused Biden of causing death and human tragedy in regards to the southern border.
Mm-hmm.
And reporters can't get anywhere near the migrant facilities. You're not allowed. If you try to go and volunteer there, your phone's removed from your persons. You're not allowed to even carry your phone, so you can't record.
There's someone who just got video of what's going on at the border and how bad it is.
You want to send that over?
If I can find it again. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. If I was here, it's on TikTok, but I don't know. Can you do TikTok on your computer?
Yeah, just pull it up.
All right. Hang on.
Or just email it and I'll pull it up.
Yeah, give me a minute. So I want to say one of our people posted it. Oops.
That's kind of what we're doing right now, is doing a recap. Yesterday there was no lives. I was not going to go live today, but I kind of, if you really want to watch at the beginning of or after the show, it should be up on the website as well. So really, Jason, you sent it out of your wife's email?
No, I didn't. Did I?
Yes, you did.
God bless it. No, it's not my wife's. It'd be my ex-wife's. It's the joint email for the kids.
Oh, whoops.
Okay, we'll take care of that right now and delete that.
So
watch. Yeah, Pete, you see right there that bus leaving, that white bus? They've been.
okay. Let's see if I can't. Let's see. I'm gonna try to download this.
Yes, King Me. Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
Guys, I'm gonna.
Here, the thousands of migrants here in the bus we just showed you.
I know
coming
it's
out of here.
kinda
You see one
small,
in the photo there. They're loading them
I'm
up.
gonna
That is
just-
literally at the point of contact right after they've illegally.
Hey guys, I just got the pictures of the inside of the processing centers. Much worse than they've been telling you. Please watch it. Please share it. Watch.
Yeah, Pete, you see right there that bus leaving, that white bus? They've been coming nearly every hour since we've been out here for the last 4 hours, and they're holding hundreds, if not thousands, of migrants throughout the day. We're going to give you the numbers in a minute, but if you look back this way, this gate right here in the Rio Grande Valley sector in Mission, Texas, this is ground zero for Biden's border crisis, and it just came down this road. We had to pull our drone out of the sky, Pete, because a storm just popped up here in the last 10 minutes, but we want to show you exclusive photos that we obtained from a temporary outdoor processing site. It is up this road. You can see here the thousands of migrants here in the bus we just showed you coming out of here. You see one in the photo there. They're loading them up. That is literally at the point of contact right after they illegally.
Hey guys, I just got the pictures of the.
Guys, that is an absolute catastrophe.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly think, and guys, I could be wrong on this, but I think Trump's going to come in at some point and put his foot down on that. I really do.
Yeah.
So,
Broad wanted to say something.
oh,
Yeah.
no, I agree with you. Like I said, listen, you're talking 100,000 people coming over in a month from the border. What does that come out to? 3,000 a day?
Well, let's pull up the calculator.
3,600 a day, I think, is what it comes up to.
But that's still freaking a crap ton. Uh, 3,333.
Okay. So there you go. 3,333 people a day.
Yeah, that's a disaster and a half.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an absolute mess.
But yeah, the Border Patrol is just doing catch and release as quickly as they can. They're processing them, not even giving them court dates and sending them on their way.
Yep.
That's a Jason question.
Oh, hang on. I'm just cruising through everything and taking a look. Give me a second. Let me get to it. Which one here?
Did you see?
Did I see? No, you know what? Honest to God truth, I have not even opened my computer today. This is the first time I've even been on it. That's what I was actually perusing through right now was the planes to see what, if anything, was going on. Which here's something funny. Never, ever, ever do I have a military plane come over my head. Normally, I don't even see helicopters, and I got a KC-35 right over my head right now. So it's kind of funny, but no, Wix, I have not seen anything. I was on the bike a big portion of yesterday, and like I said, with her for her birthday today.
Let's just put it this way: when he's on his bike, he don't talk to me.
Yeah, my message to you was on bike, call later.
Mike Scott McKay is having a bird. Yeah, I'm sure he's having a cow right now.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, $860 million a month to house illegal migrants. That's a lot of flipping money.
It's still not as much as it costs us to have the military in DC.
Still, to hire people who are not citizens, or to have people in the country that are not citizens, and then to try to grant amnesty to all of them. So they're saying by the end of the month we'll surpass 100,000 people coming across the border, and within 3 months, with those kind of surges, we're looking at well over 500,000 a month.
So there's a person named Good Vibes, Jason. I'm Mexican and I voted for Biden. Couldn't be prouder. So that's great. And I'm happy that you're proud. But as the gas prices go up, your taxes get majorly increased. And a lot of the jobs for those kids that are in high school, coming, right out of high school or whatever else, are taken. And on top of that, the 100,000 people that are coming over a month across the border who have been known and are infected with COVID, starting infecting the country again. What's going to happen then? Because we're not vaccinating, we're not healing, we're not doing anything. We're releasing. Listen, I'm all for coming over to the U.S., but let's do it the right way. It's that simple.
A little fear-mongery to you? Well, unfortunately, facts don't lie. And facts don't care about your feelings.
That's right. And it's not fear. I'm asking a very, very, very serious question. It doesn't matter if he felt going up the stairs. It doesn't matter if he called Harris president. It doesn't matter if he can't speak on a public plane. It doesn't matter if he can't create have a public speaking ability at all. If he can't control the country.
Okay, I'm going to cover this one, and this is probably going to be the last one that I cover of yours. So before we're just done, when you have an unmitigated migrant surge and I say migrant because anybody who says that they are just immigrants and they're innocent and all that, why come here illegally? We have an immigration process. Use it.
Right.
If you come here legally, we will welcome you arms wide open. If you come here illegally, where you are not being tested, where all this stuff, and you're surging our system, where are these people being housed? Where are they living? All this stuff. So when they get here, they've already spent $3,000 to $5,000 to get here. Okay. Where are they living until they get on their feet? What are they doing to be productive members of society? Are they infected with COVID? So on and so forth. So there is a stat that came out from the CPB, which is Customs and Border Patrol, that said almost 71% of the people that they actually sampled tested positive. Well, if you were to extrapolate that across 100,000 people, 7% is a lot of people that are infected. Or, yeah, I misspoke the number, but there's a high percentage of infected people. And it's just okay for you guys to. It's just okay. And the reality is, no, the immigration system isn't working because you guys, we sit out here with carrots. And we say, come to the U.S. We will give you shelter. We will give you food. We will give you all these nice jobs. And they get here. They get the jobs because they're lower paid. Because they can actually get the jobs and are willing to take that lower pay. Then you get amnesty. Amnesty comes in, and now all these people who came here illegally have taken the place of the people who have actually went through the line. So I know everybody and their dog thinks that it's just okay. You can jump the line anytime you want and come across anytime you want, and it's a free world. If they're coming here illegally and we allow it to happen, we have lost our sovereignty. And the United States, last time I checked, was a sovereign country. So respect our laws, respect the people, how the system works, and if you can't, you shouldn't be here. And I know the guy's probably licking his wounds and all that, but you know what? You okay. First of all, 90% of these idiots, and I'm saying it, yes, and I know it might hurt your feelings. I'm not a racist. I have people from all stripes in my family, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. 90% of the people coming across the border are not coming across the border at a port of entry, which is where they legally would have to actually apply for a visa or apply for asylum. They're coming across, they're getting picked up by the Border Patrol, and they're going, and then they're making the case after they're already inside our country. That is not the legal process to apply for asylum. Period. End of story. Next question. Yes, I'm done on my rant.
And he's done. So, what else do we want to talk about?
Well, I don't really know. If they want to apply for asylum, they need to come to a board of or a port of entry. They cross a bridge to the port of entry, make their claim, go back across, and wait. If their claim is accepted, then they are allowed to enter. That is how the legal way is supposed to be for asylum seekers. So, did I ever find out what happened with the White House? No, I did not. I am still trying to figure out what was going on that night.
What I missed at the White House.
Oh, so there was a bunch of flashing lights inside the White House the other night. And yeah.
Maybe they had a disco going on, while the cat's away, the mice shall play.
Yeah. And apparently Biden landed at the White House instead of going to Camp David.
When? Yesterday?
No, that would have been Friday.
That's weird.
Yeah. And Winks was telling me it was like a strobe going off.
Wait, you said it was a what going off?
It was just like a strobe going off inside the White House. Like a bunch of cameras
Flash
flashing.
bombs?
I don't. But if they, yeah, it was probably what 9:30, 10 o'clock at night.
You know what? She can't have birthdays anymore. That's it. That's it. No more birthdays.
Why is she complaining to you?
No, just her birthday. I had a whole plan set. I was going to try and make this a really good birthday weekend and try and focus on her and then get my pool done. Right? Well, I did all that, but obviously I missed some important stuff along the way.
The whining and dining didn't quite work, huh?
Oh, no, she gave me the green light to go ahead.
Well, that's a good thing.
So, but I missed all the rest of the stuff that's going on.
Yeah. Well, the sacrifices that we make to make our wives happy.
No, this is more of a sacrifice to make me happy.
Yeah, family's important. But guys, I figured it's a Sunday. I'd pop on real quick, say what I had to say. Jason, if you really want to know what you missed, go back and watch the beginning.
Oh, I already watched the Friday night. That was good. Friday night was good.
Oh yeah, Sam did a good job.
Yeah.
But guys, as always, we do appreciate each and every single one of you that jumps in here and comments and wants to debate. But unfortunately, sometimes all good things must come to an end. So, guys, I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Remember, you guys have a pen and a microphone. Use them. The silent majority can no longer stay silent. God bless you guys. God bless the United States of America. And we will see you at 10 a.m.
Enjoy what's left of your weekend.
Yep.